Hey, what's up, you guys? This past Thursday, I did stand-up comedy at the Joke Factory in Rochester, and it was a great time. I loved doing it. It's such an honor to be among comedians with the same kind of humor as me because, like, I thought my jokes were, like, raunchy, and like they were pretty bad and they were pretty offensive until I saw some of these other comedians, and my jokes literally looked tame compared to them. I had a great time doing it, and I really enjoyed being there, and it was so much fun. And I would just like to thank everybody who came out to watch. And for those that couldn't make it, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. There was a mix-up, and we can blame my friend Tom for that. It was so much fun, and I think I ended up doing really well, and that kind of surprised me, I'll be honest with you. I actually ended up getting up there, and I wasn't nervous as much as I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be. And that kind of surprised me because I have like the biggest like social anxiety, and I'm always like so anxious whenever it comes to anybody watching or seeing anything that I've made or anything. But it was so much fun being there. Everybody there was awesome. They were all so funny. Two other comedians there, they were like the nicest people. I had a guy tell me to kill myself, but like he was joking. And like after the show, he actually came up to me and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You did such a great job." And I was like, "No. Actually, I find like jokes like that to be so funny." I literally started laughing when he told me that. It was such a great time, and I really enjoyed myself, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. And so I'll see you guys after. Because just look at me, I'm amazing. But speaking of amazing, you tend to have this problem where you know you're amazing, but you just don't feel it. But it's because of things that people say to you. The other day, my dad, he goes to me, he's like, "Son, I think I need to give you the sex talk." And I was like, "Well, that's good, because I'm never going to use that shit." And so he says to me, he goes, "The night that you were conceived, I used a condom, and I'm pretty sure it was faulty, because it was made by Toyota, because you never stop moving forward." And I was like, "That's good, you compare me to brakes on an automobile." A few days after that, I decided to say to my mom, I was like, I was kind of hurt by that. And she goes, "Yeah, it probably would have been easier if you were aborted, because you're just like the cats at Jersey Shore. Everybody knows you're just going to fuck up. I get wasted at some point." So I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can agree with that. We have a family of alcoholics here." So the other day I just turned 18, and that was the proudest moment of my life because it meant I was legal and I could buy a hooker if I had money. Still not legal apparently. I can buy one without people knowing, and then that makes it okay. But my friends go here, they're like, "Oh my God, you're 18, are you going to start making pornos?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to make a porno. That'd be the worst sex ever because I'm a virgin." But I was like, I wouldn't mind directing one. It would have the best story to it. It'd be romantic. It would be very artsy. It'd win a couple of Academy Awards. So it would be the opposite of 50 Shades of Grey, which is just them going at it and getting kinky with it. But the other day I was at the outlet mall, and it was kind of dark and gloomy out. Just as the clerk was like, "Today just feels like a good day to curl up and, read a horror novel. Just kind of one of those atmospheres." So I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that a book about my life came out yet." She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Oh, you'll understand in a few years when you see me on TV because I'm OD'd." I have a friend who claims to have slept with a girl of every race. And so I decided, I was like, why not? I'll ask him about it. I was like, "How about sleeping with a Japanese girl?" He was like, "Yeah, we were having a good time, And then halfway through sex, she decided to say, "You know what? I think I've shamed my family. I should kill myself." And I was like, she actually said that. She was like, yeah, you know, a very Japanese family, very dependent on how her family's honor is. And I was like, oh, well, that's good. Did she actually kill herself? And she was like, oh yeah, right in front of me. I guess she just realized that her life hit rock bottom when she saw me in bed with her. I used to actually have a coworker who was Muslim, or at least that's what she claimed to be. She would always say that she never ate the pork, or, you know, she was always modest. She wasn't. She would go out and she would get wasted. I'm pretty sure she slept with like 5 people a night. And she would say to me, she'd be like, you know, I'm so Muslim. I'd be like, okay, well then do something to prove it. And so she would set up 2 towers of plates, and she'd run at them, and she'd be like, this is for Allah. In which they would all come crashing down, and I'd be like, you must be pretty proud of yourself now. It was kind of depressing, because I was like, that shit is fucked up, if that's how you want to prove how you're Muslim. So, I don't even know what the hell to say after that. And I was like, you know, you just broke a bunch of plates there. I hope that you plan on paying for them. She never did. So, I then started to tell her about how I actually got in contact with her over Facebook. And I was like, you know, I'm doing a stand-up comedy. She didn't come, clearly. Or else everything would be breaking around here. She texted me earlier. She goes, "How's it going? How's it going?" I was like, "I actually haven't done it yet, but I can already tell, being up here just these past few minutes." I was like, "It's really depressing. It's probably like it's either my attempt to lose my virginity, or it's like I want to masturbate." One being short, depressing, and should never be watched. The other is long, grueling, and God only knows when that one will end. So I started talking to her more, and she says to me, she goes, you know, one day you'll lose your virginity. And I was like, yeah, hopefully to a girl named Mercedes, and she'll also be losing her virginity to 7 other guys at once, because I feel like that's how every girl loses her virginity. She'll be like, oh, you know, I'm still virgin, you know. And then it'll be like that very night she'll be getting banged by, you know, 7 different guys of like one of like each race, just because she felt that her daddy issues would somehow become clear after that. So yeah, this was my first time, and it was I'd like to think I did pretty well being up here. Thank you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me do stand-up. She ended up actually missing my first joke because she didn't pull out her phone fast enough, which was that the people at the club took my stand-up virginity, which I thought was funny because I hadn't even lost my actual virginity yet. But it was a great time, and I'm hoping to do more because it was such a fun time. It was just a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. I actually ended up, it was 10 other comedians that were there, and they were all like, most of them had I don't want to say like they were like professionals, because I don't think that they were like professional, but they were more experienced than I was, because like they'd been up there like 4 or 5 times. I know this one guy had won like 7 times before, and but I ended up going there, and it was my first time. And I ended up getting 2nd place, which is really fucking good. The guys that performed actually ended up coming up to me, and they were like, you know, this is probably like one of the hardest venues to get a laugh, because everybody's miserable, because most of the time they're just getting off an airplane or whatever. And they said that was one of the hardest places to go, and that I did an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to going back there or going somewhere else. But it was just a lot of fun. I ended up getting 2nd place, like I said. It was just an amazing time, and I hope to do it again. So I hope that you guys liked it, and maybe I'll do more stand-up comedy videos or something. So I'll see you guys next time. Remember, if it isn't fucked up, it'll probably do better in life than I will. Bye.